Real estate, true or false? Can you spot the mistake? Some of the following definitions are exactly right. Some have one wrong detail hiding in plain sight. Your job is to catch it. 10 concepts, no hints. Let's go! Steering is the illegal practice of guiding buyers toward or away from certain neighborhoods based on race, religion, national origin, or other protected class. True or false? Read it carefully. True. An agent must show homes based on the buyer's criteria and budget, never based on the demographics of the neighborhood. Next definition, title is the physical document given to a new owner at closing that proves their legal ownership of the property. True or false? False. Title is not a physical document but a legal concept. The bundle of rights an owner holds. The deed is the actual document. You hold title. You sign the deed. Waste is any act by a tenant or life estate holder that permanently damages or reduces the value of a property for future users, like destroying structures or neglecting necessary repairs. True or false? Think carefully. True. Here's the next concept. Let's see if you can get it. The 4 government powers over real property are police power, eminent domain, taxation, and escheat. And owners must always be compensated when any of these powers are exercised. True or false? False. Did you fall for that trick? In that statement, the 4 government powers are correct, but only eminent domain requires just compensation. Police power, taxation, and escheat do not automatically entitle the owner to payment. Fixture is the personal property permanently attached to real estate. Once something becomes a fixture, the seller can still remove it before closing as long as they patch any damage. True or false? False. Once an item is a fixture, it legally transfers with the property. To keep it, the seller must include it in writing in the contract before the buyer agrees. How do we know for sure? Let's learn about MARIA. The Maria test is the legal test used to determine whether an item is a fixture, real property, or personal property. It evaluates 5 factors. Method of attachment, screwed, nailed, or glued, probably a fixture. Adaptability, made to fit the space, it's a fixture. For example, a built-in dishwasher. Relationship of the parties. When there's a fight over a fixture, usually buyer beats seller, tenant beats landlord. Intention at time of attachment, if the owner meant it to be permanent or not. Agreement between parties. Last but not least, the seller and the buyer can just write it down. The sales contract can say exactly what stays. All right, that's Maria for you. We're 5 down, 5 to go. If this format is helping you study, then keep watching till the end. You can also test yourself with our flashcards on Lexawise. I'll leave you the link in the description below. Trade fixture is the equipment installed by a tenant for business purposes. Unlike regular fixtures, trade fixtures remain the tenant's property and must be removed before the lease ends. True or false? True. Think of a hairdresser's chair or a dentist's chair bolted to the floor. Still personal property. Why? Because it was installed for business purposes and it leaves with the business. Police power is the government's authority to create laws and regulations that protect public health, safety, and welfare, like zoning and building codes, without compensating property owners. True or false? True. There's no compensation here because the government isn't taking your land, just regulating it. 7 concepts down, 3 to go. Keep studying with us. You are already ahead of most students walking into that exam. Encroachment is when a structure or improvement, like a fence or building, illegally extends onto another person's property without their permission. True or false? Straightforward, or is there a catch? True. Your neighbor builds a new fence, but when you get a survey done, it turns out the fence is 2 feet over your property line. That fence is an encroachment. How about this one? Eminent domain is the government's right to take private property for public use. The owner can refuse the taking if they believe the compensation offered is unfair. True or false? False. Why? Because the owner cannot refuse the taking. They can challenge the amount offered in court, but the taking itself is involuntary. Here's the next one. Federal Fair Housing Act is a federal law that protects buyers and renters from discrimination. It applies to all real estate transactions nationwide, no exceptions. True or false? False. The Fair Housing Act does not apply to every single transaction. Owner-occupied buildings with 4 or fewer units, the Mrs. Murphy exemption, and single-family homes sold without a broker are exempt. Knowing the exceptions is just as important as knowing the rule. That is all 10. How many did you catch? The false ones are always the tricky ones because they are almost right. And almost right on the exam still means wrong. Want more concepts or real estate terms like these? Lexawise has a lot more videos on YouTube. Subscribe and go to see the next video.